Stampin Up demonstrator here in the UK for another, I was about to say Friday, it's Thursday, weekly paper crafting live anyway. Hope you're all well. I will just adjust my camera just slightly so you have a better view. You can never quite tell when you go live what you're going to see. I've got lots of papers out on my desk, my crafting table, lots of papers, and there's a reason for that. Right, here we are. Oh, that's not a great view, is it? Okay, let's hope the lighting is better this week. I think we are. I'd like it to be a bit straighter. For some reason, it doesn't look very straight in my view. Let's move these papers. We can get a better view of what we're looking at. That's a bit better. Say hello if you're there. I would love to know if you've joined me and where you're from. Good evening. Hope you're well. Let's come down a little bit. There we are. So you might be able to guess what I'm playing with tonight. I'm playing with something from the mini catalogue, the July to December, whatever it's called, because we changed the month on it. The July to December mini catalogue. Look at the state of mine. It's very well thumbed, my catalogue. And we are playing with the pretty pillow box die set, which is part of the peppermint and gingerbread suite. Let's have a look. It's on page 9. And I will show you where it is. So all this beautifulness is part of the peppermint and gingerbread suite, as you can see. Hi, Carol. Thank you for joining me, my lovely. How are you? Yeah, so it's got all these gorgeous things in it. Papers and dies and stamps and ribbon. And I'm playing with the dies for the little pretty pillow box tonight. Yeah, just playing with those. But I do have some of these papers and we'll be using those too. Right, here we go. I'll show you the dies. It's such a fun die set. I really love it. Here it is. So this is the large die that cuts out the pillow box. So I've made plenty of pillow boxes in the past. It's such a faff making it without a die. And then they brought us a die. Hooray! So easy to use. And then we have all these lovely things that go with it. So we've got the edges. This one is brilliant for making a closure, a ribbon closure. And I did make one like this. So yeah, you can pop it there. When you cut, after you've die cut that out, you can pop that there, make a ribbon closure. And then we've got a decorative edge, which is really pretty. This gorgeous label one, it's a stitched one, and I've been using it in lots of my other projects. This one I've hardly used, but I feel it would be perfect for little gift bags as a topper. I'm going to play with that. And then we've got the lovely like flowers, and then we've got another decorative edge one there as well. So let's have a play with it. Now, it's interesting I'm playing with this tonight because Carol, who's joined me today, she brought me a little gift today, which was a complete coincidence. And she's made one as well using this die set. She's used some other bits on it. She's used some of the hand-penned papers that we had free in the last celebration. They were absolutely beautiful. And she's cut out some flowers and made a belly band. It's really gorgeous. And then inside you can see the paper. And then she's put a little wax melt in as a gift, and it smells amazing. It smells so nice. She knows how much I love a wax melt. So I'm a bit of a wax melt collector. I have so many. This one smells stunning. Oh, it smells so good. So you can fit lots of little tiny things in these, and they are great for little gifts. Table gifts, gifts when you're going out to see friends, gifts to pop in a Christmas stocking. These would be perfect for that kind of thing. Or on your Christmas table, instead of a cracker, or as well as a cracker by the table, you could even gift earrings and jewellery and all sorts in these little things. I also did think when they brought it out, if you made it in beautiful papers, they would be great for wedding table favours. Really nice for that. So let's have a play with it. So I've pulled out one of the sheets of paper from the gingerbread and peppermint papers that I've got here. All these gorgeous, gorgeous colours in there. Actually, I wonder if I should do that one. Oh, there's so many. And the other sides are gorgeous as well. So you don't have to buy the whole suite, as you can see. If you like the papers, you can get those. If you like the dies, you can get those all individually. So I think I'm going to go for this one. And I'm going to cut out the 6x6 papers are perfect because you can cut one out absolutely perfectly. Still have a strip left as well. So I'm just going to pop it through the die cutting machine, which is next to me. Yeah. And we will just run it through there and we'll see where we go. Oh, it's making a bit of a noise. Oh, I was so happy to make it tonight. It's been a busy evening. We had parents' evening at school today, which was fabulous in lots of ways. Fabulous because my son's doing really well, and fabulous because it's the first in years that I've seen teachers face to face. That was really nice, so we can get to know them and see them properly. It makes a big difference. Okay, you can see the score lines. I don't know if you can see those, but the score lines are already on there. So, oh, look at that. Oh no, which side am I going to use? I don't know. It's too hard to choose. Too hard to choose. Okay. There's another score line there. You can kind of make it find its score line. So am I going to go for this side or this side? I think I'll go for this side because that's what I started with. So let's just stick with the program. And just, yeah, crease it well. Sorry about the shadow. I've got lots of light on it. It's very dark. So you'll know what I mean if you're in the UK. Our clocks changed at the end of last month and it gets dark very early now. So I am just following those crease lines with my finger and thumb, or my thumbs, and just coaxing them into shape. And they go pretty easily. I think we could have great fun with these and make tons and tons of them. If you had an event, wouldn't it be lovely to put one on every place setting? Oh yeah. I can see me making lots of these. So then they just go around each other and we're going to glue it together like so. Now you don't have to glue it. You can just tie it if you want to. Okay, so now the tip for this bit, so it stays shut, is to curl it. So I've got my big bone folder here. That light's still not brilliant. I don't know if that helps. Let me know. And I'm going to curl the top. I almost want to go live in the daytime instead. So I'm just curling it, pulling it slightly, and it just like that, like you do with that ribbon at Christmas, but don't pull it too hard. And it's just going to curl the top over. Yeah, I almost feel like doing my live earlier in the day because of the lighting, but no, we'll go with it. We'll go with it. So let's put some, I think I will glue mine together. I think I'll use some Tombow for that because it's really strong glue. It works a treat. Now I want mine to wrap around from the front so it looks seamless. So on this piece, I'm going to have to put my glue. Now the one I made earlier, I didn't glue together. I just tied it together. And I will show you that in a moment. So just bring it over, match it up. And yeah, just make sure it fits together well. But it's literally, it's all done for you, so happy days. There is no scoring and measuring and using circles to get the ends right. Yeah, so put the glue on the back so I can wrap it around from the front. I just don't want to get covered in glue, and I always get covered in glue. It's kind of a thing I do. It's not fiddly, I'm always covered in glue. Right, stick my finger in, that will help do it. I almost need some wipes. There, I put my finger in. Hold it together. Oh, hello Ilsa, how are you? That's lovely of you to join me. Are you well? Oh, it'd be lovely if we see you soon. Ilsa's part of my big wider team. Hello, Wendy. Oh, food delivery arrived. Well, those things are important, Wendy. I'm glad your food delivery arrived. So you can see how it's come together. I am going to get a wipe because I am no gluey. There's a tiny little end on there and I stuck my finger right in it. But we all do, I think. It would be lovely to see Ilsa, wouldn't it? Right, there we are. Wiped. Sorted. I keep wipes handy for my gluey fingers. Okay, so we have got, it looks really nice in the gingerbread, doesn't it? So beautiful. Okay, so let me show you what I did with the other ones. I made one out of Granny Apple Green cardstock earlier today. And I took a stamp set and I randomly stamped some of the foliage all over the cardstock after I'd cut it out. And then I did the die cut afterwards with a decorative edge on the front. And I literally tied it up with some of the crinkle seam binding ribbon and some baker's twine, which is really pretty. So you could do this in any colour you liked, and you could just do some tone on tone stamping. So that's Granny Apple Green ink on Granny Apple Green cardstock. And I used this stamp set, which is really lovely. And I just picked out the foliage and gave it a little stamp all over. So that was the one I'd made earlier on. And this one I made a few weeks ago, actually. You can see because it's all coming apart because I've been throwing it about. So this one is made using the gingerbread and peppermint papers. I think I've opened it. So there you go. It's not glued together. I've used some real red ribbon. I put a tag on it. And I put some of the little die cut flowers. So the tag is one of the die cuts, so are the flowers. I put some gems on. And the front, so this part, I used the little die with the holes and used it as a, my words won't work today. I used it to tie it together. Now, I think I did that before I assembled it, so I might do that on the next one. So I think I'll just tie this one with some white ribbon. They would be lovely, wouldn't they, Wendy, as little table favours at Christmas? And think of all that plastic we get in Christmas crackers. I know I sound like a humbug, and I love a Christmas cracker, but it does worry me a little bit, all the plastic. So you could actually get away without it if you did this instead of. Yeah. So you could do a decorative edge, although if you look closely, the edge is already stitched. It's really pretty. So decorative edge. And you could put the ribbon through like I did on this one. You could decorate it how you liked. I think the possibilities are endless. And I think I'm going to be putting some stocking fillers in these for my kids. And I think I'm going to be using them on the Christmas table. But I will colour match it to my Christmas table decorations. So sometimes I go for a nice deep red. Sometimes I go for white. And I'm thinking white this year. Tell me what yours are. Do you decorate your Christmas table? What do you do? Let's grab some baker's twine. Yeah, I'd love to know what you do for your Christmas table. It's a chance to get creative, isn't it? Yeah. Or do you visit people before Christmas? If you go out for dinner with people, you could still do this if you went out for dinner, couldn't you? You could put it on the table setting when you get there. It would look so nice to have a little gift. Now, my lovely friend Carol, she gave me that one with a little beautiful wax melt in. Oh, you've got 11 sat around your Christmas table in about a month. No room for decorations. It's covered in food. Yeah, you're right, Wendy. Honestly, I don't put a lot of decorations on, but I normally have a centerpiece and, little candles on there. And then obviously when you've got all the crockery and the cutlery, and then you put crackers, when you bring the food over, you've just got nowhere to put it, have you? I think we're all the same. We just want it to look beautiful, but really, it's who's around the table that counts, isn't it? So is. How lovely to have all that many people at your Christmas table. I hope they help you with the cooking now. Tell me you don't cook it all on your own, although if it was me, I probably would, because you know, too many cooks and all that spoil the broth. So I'm going to tie a bow. Actually, I'm going to leave that and tie the bow in a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put those out of the way, and I'm going to show you. I've die cut some already of the tags that you get in the set. So I'll show you again. So you get this lovely one, which I constantly use. It's a label with stitching, and you get this tag, which seems to have fallen out of my die set, but that's the tag. Okay. And I think I'm going to stamp on it. Now, I don't have the gingerbread and peppermint stamps, which I'm really annoyed about. Hello, Jen. How are you? I'm glad you could join us, because now I want the gingerbread and peppermint stamps, but, you know, I didn't buy them, so I'm going to make use of what I've got. Why I didn't is beyond me. Okay, so I've got a stamp that says for you, and I keep going back to this stamp set for the sentiment, so that tells you quite a lot. It's called Happy Holidays, and I love this one. Pigs in blankets, roast potatoes, sausage rolls. You make them fresh and freeze them raw. Do you freeze them raw, Wendy? That's interesting. So yeah, in the UK, we like to go all out for our Christmas lunch. Very well, Jen. Thank you very much. We do. We like to do, well, you can have anything, but traditionally it's roast turkey, roast potatoes, lots of vegetables, lots of side accompaniments. We tend to have Yorkshire puddings, even though they're meant to go with roast beef. We all like those. So if you're from the US, I don't know if you do the same at Christmas or you do other things. If you're watching, we obviously don't have Thanksgiving, so our big dinner is the Christmas dinner. For you. It's a very useful little stamp set, and it has loads of stamps in there it's even got a really lovely, basic, pretty Happy Christmas and a big Noel on there. I've got a card on my blog that I put on there today using this stamp. So I've got for you, and then I am going to put, I wonder if that'll fit. No, that won't fit on there. So I'm going to grab another stamp set, if I can see it. Here we go. This one I know fits on there because I've used it before. This is the Whimsical Trees. Absolutely love this one as well. Couple of select favourites for Christmas this year. Both of the ones I'm using tonight. Let Your Heart Be Light I'm going to use. And I'm going to stamp that in the red as well. So stamp that one up. So, do you know what? I must get on with my, even thinking about Christmas. That's half the battle, isn't it? It's just getting the plan in your head, you know, getting everything organised. I must do that in this next week. Right, Let Your Heart Be Light. And I can, if I pop that on there, it's going to cover up that pretty edging. So I'm probably going to bring it down further. But the reason I haven't secured it yet properly is because I want to add in that tag. So let's do this up a bit tighter and do a knot. My dog is with me. He's by my feet again. Our big old Labradoodle resides in the craft room when I'm in here. He doesn't leave my side. He's my shadow. So you can then tighten that up nicely, you see. And this has got a lovely big hole on it. So if you sometimes struggle to get it through, like me, you were all right because it's got a great big hole on it for you. And you can tie a bow. That's it. Like that. It might be a bit big, mightn't it? Let's just trim it down. That's better. It's starting to look like massive ears for you. Do you know what? It would look nicer if I'd used the, what's it called? The twine. Not the twine, the linen thread. It would look even nicer with the linen thread, I think. I might even change it. But for now, we're going with that. And we've got Let Your Heart Be Light. And I think I'll use some glue dots, because I got in a bit of a mess. So there's the glue dots. Goodness, oh, they're huge. That's not what I was looking for. I don't even know where they're from. Massive ones, like size of a dinner plate. So I like these tiny ones. These are just about, they're not that tiny. They're just about the right size. Can you see those? Perfect one. Oh, let me change the end of my pick tool. So your pick tool comes with this end as well, that you can get the ball end for it. But I've taken it out. It's got the spatula and it's got the pricky tool. What do you call that? The sharp one. Pointy tool. So I'm going to stick a couple of those on. I use it for this. It's very useful. And one more in the middle, maybe two, because it's got all that ribbon to contend with. But I have to say, whilst I'm using a ton of glue dots, I've had these glue dots forever and I can't seem to use them up. So they seem to go on, which is great. Let your heart be light now. There we go. So sweet. Let me see if I can find the linen thread. My ribbons seem to have taken over. I don't know if you have this problem with your ribbons. I now need to find a better storage solution, as I seem to have collected a lot. Would this be better? I feel it would. I feel it would. Is this terrible to try again? Don't worry, I won't waste the thread. Nothing goes to waste. Nothing. And sometimes your project evolves, doesn't it? When you go along. Something going on upstairs. Sounds like my son's moving furniture. I don't think he is. He's 14. He won't be moving furniture. Oh yeah, you should see mine. I'd be ashamed actually to show you mine. Because you only see the bit of my craft room on my Facebook Lives. You see the bit behind me that's all tidy. Actually, my craft room's not terrible at all. It's absolutely fine. It's just that there's a couple of bits that really need to sort out. Like my ribbons are a mess. That'll be a job. So it's not too bad. But I do sometimes craft myself into a corner. Does anybody do that? You end up with all this table space at the beginning. You do that, and then, but by the end, you're crafting in the size of a postage stamp. Does anyone else do that? Ridiculous, isn't it? Because you put everything on the table. Everything you own. Now, I can't undo this now. I can undo it, but I'm not going to undo it to show you what I'm going to put inside. So don't worry about that. Let's do the ribbon bow. I don't know why that's so hard. Oh, yeah, Wendy, it's a bit like that all the other way around. You're kind of like, if you want to make something, you get distracted by all the goodies and you end up just finding all these lovely things you've got, or the other way around. You sort everything out, but in the end you just end up making something new. I know. I think it's a crafter thing, and you know what? It's the fun, isn't it? It's all the fun. I want to make my bow tiny. Your space got smaller and smaller, did it, Jen? Yeah, I do it all the time. I've got the biggest scissors you've ever seen. Oh, and I forgot to put my label on after all of that. Oh, Lord. Oh, dear. Crown me. Honestly, I had a very late night last night. And, yeah, I'm suffering today. It's on a call very late. But it was worth it. So here we go. There we are. One pretty bow with the seam binding crinkle ribbon. We've got a nice tag. So there's my little table favour. I think it'd be great in lots of colours. I'm going to try one more. And before I do it up, I will show you what I've got an idea that might fit in there. I've got a lot of papers. What are these papers? Tell me what these papers are. These are from the annual catalogue. Oh, isn't that one beautiful? These are also Christmas themed. Christmas tidings, these are called. Wendy, you're the same. You bought grid paper, but you still end up working in a 6-inch square. Is that what you said? Oh, I'm so glad I'm not on my own. I do love these papers. The only thing with working with the pillow box die is you wouldn't want something that's got a direction on it. So if I cut out the trees, for instance, the top flap would be going downwards. So the trees would be going the wrong way or the other way around, depending on how you cut it. So one way would be wrong. So you want a pattern that's multi-directional like this for it to work really well. This is really pretty. I think I'm going to go for this one. I love white space. It's not white space, but I love the white on it. And then you've still got this strip left. So it's, you've still got quite a fair bit to play with. Okay, I'm going to pop this one through my die cutting machine. I remember, what was the other little box that we had? Do you remember we had the mini curvy keepsake box? I made so many of those, and this reminds me of that. I've still got mine because I love it. Not letting go of that. Even though it's not in the catalogue anymore, I love it. So I can imagine this will be the same because it's so useful. Oh, look, that side's really pretty as well. Ooh. What to use? Decisions. So my dog's wandering about. You might be able to hear him. He lets himself in and out though, so now the craft room door is wide open. Oh. No containing him. But he's as good as gold and he keeps me company. So yeah, just go around the school lines very gently, coax it into shape. Doesn't take much to find it, and just, yeah, coax it into shape. You can see where it's meant to be, like that. So cute, isn't it? Now, how did I do this when I did it before? I used this one and I did that there. Let's see, let's open this one up. Because I made this a while ago. Yeah. Oh, yes, I remember. I do remember. Look at the pretty papers. I do remember. So I went, first of all, I used the die cut on the front on this piece here, like so. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pop it through my machine, cut those little holes out. washi tape so I can keep it in the right place. We don't want skew holes. Pop it through. Oh, I did it upside down. Never in this world. I don't think I've ever done that. Well, I did something even funnier the other day. I put the sticky label on the stamp set, on the stamp, on the back of the stamp, the sticky label. I put it on upside down. Never done that before. There's a thirst for everything, eh? Good job I didn't stamp it upside down. Right, here we go. There we are. So now we've got the holes, like so. And then when you do this with it, I'm going to get a pencil and make a pencil mark with a fine pencil. Like that. And it doesn't matter because we're going to put that over there. It won't cut it, will it? No, it just cuts the holes. It's been ages since I did it. Got a piece of paper in there. Yes, so just match it up. Pop a bit of washi tape back on. And cut those holes out again. Here it goes. Oh, let's hope that I got them in the right place this time. Do you think I did? I think it moved slightly. I think they're slightly wonky. Oh, perfect. Goes through. See? Excellent. So now we can assemble our box. Now you don't have to glue it together. And if you wanted to make a ton of these in advance, I would suggest you don't assemble them until you need them. And just keep them flat. And then when you get to wherever you're going or before you go, you can make them up. I think I might glue it because it's just easier for me to do it. Yeah, so I want it that way. I like the seam at the back. Don't think it really matters. That's what I like. Match it up and hold it down. So this is how you use them. They're very simple. That way. So, not much stamping, a little bit. And hold it for a second. That's it. Just make sure they're in shape. Like that. Grab your bone folder again and just curve it upwards. Like that. And then you should, oh yes, it still reaches just actually because you've now curled it and it's assembled. So, but it just does still go together. Thank goodness. Goes. I think it will. Let's hope it does. I think it will. Okay. So, but I did have an idea of what to put in these little boxes, but I don't know if they'll fit. I've got one of these lip balms. I'm not sure. It might be too big. I do have another idea. Let's take this one out of the packet. This is, oh, it does go in there, but only just. Oh yeah, no, that fits perfectly. Actually, that fits nicely and it helps it keep its shape. So that's nice. Right, we'd like a bit of ribbon. Bit of ribbon. Where are you, ribbon? Somewhere. I've got a label. Can't find the ribbon. I'm doing that thing that I always do, that I lose things when they're straight in front of my eyes, which is very strange. How weird. That's really odd. Probably because I was complaining about the mess of my ribbons. Oh, I had so many papers out that I could have used. I couldn't decide which ones. Oh, no, there it is. There's the ribbon. So I've got this one, but I think I'm going to go for the white. I think it's a nice contrast. Or, I tell you what would go really well with this colour is the soft subtle, because, soft succulent, because, yeah, I think it matches. I think there's soft succulent in this here and evening evergreen as well. So let's try this. So let's take some off. Quite a big bit. Right. See if I can do it. There we go. So I popped it through. This is a beautiful, this ribbon. This is one of our in colours, 2021 to 2023 in colours, and it's this gorgeous kind of satiny ribbon, and it comes in all the colours, and this one is soft succulent. So you can collect the colour collections. So you could have the papers, you could have the cardstock, you could have the inks and the pens and the ribbons. And if you've got them all, you're kind of set then to make so many projects. Even the little jewels to match. Right. Oh, it does up so lovely. Oh, I love this ribbon. What do you think? That's so pretty. So I think we need to put a different thing on here. Maybe the same, but in a different ink colour. So I've got my inks here. So I'm going to go with Evening Evergreen. Yeah. But you could put a beautiful... Thank you, Jen. How are you? I could put a beautiful belly band around it if you wanted to, like Carol did when she gave me mine today. That was beautiful. Oh, thank you, Anthony. Lovely of you to join us. I'm just making a really simple project using the pillow box dies, just showing them off really, because they are so lovely. And I'm going to pop that in here, and I'm going to tie it on with a piece of the linen thread again, because it's soft, and I think it'll contrast just a little bit. So I can put that through there, and I'm going to try and attach it. So I put a Nivea lip balm in here, very boring. It's one I just had in a drawer. I think this would be lovely if you put one of those lovely little Burt's Bees ones in there, or a flavoured one, or the kids like all those fun ones. You could do that. So easy. Think how pretty it'd look if it had some jewellery inside instead, though. Oh, yes. I was also thinking about those tiny little Christmas, I don't know if it's lint ball chocolates, what they're called. Some of those would look nice. For you. There you go. So, oh, I really like this one. I think it's the colours. So you get a really different effect depending on what colours you've used. We've got a lot of them. Got this one with a decorative edge that I haven't really finished off. I've got the Let Your Heart Be Light one. This one's really pretty. It's using the peppermint and gingerbread. Is it gingerbread and peppermint? Yeah, papers. Yes. And you can find all of the papers and the dies and everything that I've used in my online shop if you fancy having a go at these. And then there's this one. And this was the one that I started off with. And I used some of the flowers on this one. So I think, do I have a tag left? Do I have a tag left? I have got this one. And I have got some of these that I cut out. So I might just decorate that green one and be done with it. It's fun because you can just do whatever you fancy with it. I'm looking for the ink pad. I've already got it out. So a little happy Christmas stamp would be lovely on there. But I'll go with the stamp that I've already got out. Give it a clean. Granny apple green to match the card. That's so nice. I'm getting inky already. Okay. A few glue dots. Whew. We're getting towards the end of the week, guys. Who's got a nice weekend planned? It'll soon be the weekend. Oh, it's more attached to me than their project. Oh, there we go. I'm not sure if I like that on there. You've got your booster book, Jen. That's brilliant news. Most excellent. Well done. I had mine, I want to say last week. It might have been the week before. It was on the 8th. I had mine done then. It feels like ages ago. But I'm very grateful. Yeah. How lucky we are. So I'm going for this one because I didn't like the other one on there. Simple as. If you don't like it, don't put it on. For you. So what do you think about these dies? I think they're really versatile, and I think there's a lot of dies in this set that I wouldn't use necessarily always with the pillow box either. I think I would use it as well on other things, if that makes sense. Yes, because I have been. I've been using it. Especially that long one, this long stitched one. So nice. Fits on a card front beautifully. So I hope your booster goes well, Jen. You've got these, yeah. I don't blame you, they're so good. These are keepers, aren't they, as well? That looks so much nicer now. And I've got some of these, and if I can find my gems, we'll pop some on. So I hate to say this, but I think my gems are in an almost as bad a state in the box as the ribbons. So I was looking for some red ones. I've got some of the red rhinestones, but I'm not sure where they are. So it must be time for a tidy up. So I'm going to pop a few of these in the middle of these flowers that come in the set. I think you get 4. And I've cut 3 out. They're wandering about. There. Move those out of the way. And we'll stick them on. So pretty, aren't they? I think I'm going to put one here. I think I'll use my Tombow because it's really strong, like I said. I don't want it to go anywhere, even though it does put me in a pickle occasionally. So one on the label. I love this. The little one on the bottom. And we will be done. There we go. Might move that one over a bit. You don't want it too weird. So those are the 3 I've made tonight. This is the one I made before. Let's put them back together if I can. Although it doesn't really matter, does it? But you can see, you just thread it through. It's not difficult. And thread it through again. Sweets would be nice. Thanks, Jen. Very simple tonight. Very simple, but I really wanted to show these off because I think they're a bit, I don't know if they're overlooked. I don't know, but I haven't seen a lot of demos demoing them. They're so lovely. I've seen a few, but not that many. And they're absolutely gorgeous. Especially when you don't want to spend hours building a box. They're just a little favour. Let's just tie it up. Ooh. Slipping away. Why is that not? Oh, there we are. It's very slippery. There we go. It's a slippery creature. Yeah, just needs tightening up a bit, I think. I'm not very good at my bows. We've got our 2 tag. We've got our ribbon, and it really needs tightening up. But that's that one. That's that Granny Apple Green. Then we've got this one with the Christmas tidings. Tidings of Christmas. That one's got the, you can feel how much more kind of robust that is. It's got the lip balm inside. And this one is the one with the peppermint and gingerbread. Gingerbread and peppermint paper. There we are for you. Hope you've enjoyed it. So you can get these in my online shop. Have a go. See what you think. See what you make with them. And Thank you so much if you've joined me live tonight for just a little bit of fun paper crafting towards the end of the week. And if you're watching me on replay, thank you very much. Please let me know you're watching from the future, and maybe give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, because that helps me lots and lots. I will see you back next Thursday for another Paper Crafting Weekly Live here on YouTube, and I'm on Facebook at 11 a.m. UK time on my Facebook page every Tuesday morning. So maybe I'll see you there. Check out the savings we've got at the moment. We've got an amazing sale going on, but it finishes tonight. And that is the seasonal savings. And you can get 10% off your cardstock and 15% off ink pads and 20% off dies. So check that out in my online shop. And if you want a real bargain, go for the Start With Savings offer combined with that. Or it's still on for the rest of the month to start with the savings offer. So check that out on my blog. That's at inkstampshare.ink. Thank you for joining me, guys, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.